Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss 3 theories in the Scream franchise that, if they were true, would change everything as we know it. I am talking about the kind of theories that would be considered bombshell truths. Now, a few weeks ago, I did a couple of live streams about extreme theories, and we came up with what I believe are some great ones. However, the 3 theories I'm about to share with you now shake the foundations of the franchise. So grab a hard hat and your favorite workplace safety video, because it's time to tear into these 3 theories. Let's go!
Hey guys, I'm Max Laferriere. I played Ghostface in Scream 6, and you're watching Craven Something Scary.
So as I mentioned earlier, I've been in this extreme theory mindset for a few weeks, and I came across a great article on Screen Rant where they listed out 9 theories that would change the Scream saga. And I decided to highlight 3 of those for you in this video that I felt were the biggest foundation shakers if they were to ever come true. Now be sure to check out their full article if you'd like to see the complete list and all of their comments. All right, so here are my personal rankings for the list of the top 3. Coming in at number 3 is that the Ghostface mask is a supernatural entity. Now, this is a theory that goes back a long way. I've heard it talked about for actually years now, and basically saying that, hey, look, all the Ghostface killers, when they put the robe and the mask on, they're very strong, they're very fast, and even though they fall and they're hit on various occasions, none of these killers ever appear with bruises on their faces or anywhere on their bodies that we can see. So the theory then says the Ghostface mask grants the wearers enhanced strength, agility, and makes them more resistant to punches and hits, which would explain the lack of bruises and the reason for their extra speed and abilities to get things done, including height differences between revealed killers and those in the costume. But I go back down to this, as the article does too. The biggest downside of this theory is that it makes the Scream franchise supernatural. And this is grounded in reality, guys. One thing about Kevin and Wes, when they started the Scream franchise, a big part of its appeal is its realism. This could happen to anyone in any suburban neighborhood at any given time with any friend group. And that's part of the appeal, part of what makes it scary. And so if you enter a supernatural element, you take that part of it away. So that's the part of it I don't like, and thus the reason why I would have a big time issue if they were ever to make the Ghostface mask somehow supernatural. So that's the number 3 theory, I guess you'd say, or foundational shaker that would change everything. Now, the second theory that would change everything as we know it in the Scream franchise is one that has gained momentum also throughout the years, even more so than the last one. This one is that Dewey was the real mastermind through most of the films. And among the moments in the Scream saga that are used as proof of Dewey's involvement are, number 1, how fast he gets to Sydney's house after her call to 911. It's super quick. And the fact that one of the murderers in Scream wore police issue boots as we saw later with the chief. And also, Dewey has shallow knife punctures, just like Billy and Stu, who did so to avoid suspicion and frame Sidney's dad. And he gave Billy an alibi by taking him into custody. In addition to that, Dewey was always conveniently incapacitated during the movie's biggest moments. He happened to be near the action almost every time. He never mourned his sister's death, and his attraction to Sidney was pretty obvious as well. So I've heard those used as proofs that Dewey was the mastermind behind most of these murders throughout the films that we've seen in the sequels. And I have to say that I don't discount Dewey. I do not believe personally that Dewey was the mastermind. I don't believe that. But I will say this to those that suspect him and think that that's possible. I do respect the opinion. I respect the theory. And it does have some plausible points. As I just pointed out, there are some at least plausible points of evidence you can look at and say, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. And there's more than one or two. There's several there that we can look at and at least make, somewhat of a cumulative case of an argument that Dewey could have at least been involved in these crimes of the sequels. So definitely there is something there to be looked at, although I don't think it was Dewey. I think it's fun to think about it. And if it were true and ever revealed, although I don't think it would be now that he's dead, but if it ever were revealed, wow, what a shocker and game changer it would be as we look back on these older movies, knowing that Dewey had a part of it. Wow, that'd be crazy. All right, guys, now let's go with the number one theory that would change everything about the franchise if it turned out to be true. And that is the theory that Stu and Billy were half brothers. That's right, half brothers. So the Ghostface murders in the Scream franchise began when Billy Loomis and Stu Macher put on the costume and went on a killing spree in the first movie. Now it was revealed that Billy and Stu were also the ones responsible for the murder of Sidney's mom, Maureen, as she was having an affair with Billy's father, Hank, which led to his mother leaving them. Now, their plan in Scream was to kill Sidney and frame her father for all the Woodsboro murders, but that did not go as they had planned. Billy had his reasons to do what he did, but Stu was only there for the thrill of killing. He was a thrill killer, as I've talked about before. Unless Billy found out that he and Stu were half brothers. So after being presented with the evidence of Maureen and Hank's affair, Billy dug deeper and found evidence that Hank had also had an affair with Stu's mom, resulting in Stu's birth. Now, this would explain why Stu agreed to team up with Billy and why they were so loyal to each other. In addition to that, the theory explains why Stu would agree to use his house for a killing spree in that final act of Scream. It's the ultimate revenge against his parents and their lies. So I thought that was a very interesting theory. And frankly, that's one that somehow has escaped me, or I just don't recall ever hearing that one before. If I'd heard it, I don't remember it, that they were half brothers. Interesting idea. I think it definitely is a fun one to think about. And I will definitely consider it more moving forward, just giving it some ideas and giving it some thought, ponder on it a little bit more to see if there's any traction there But initially, it's intriguing. And I'm very, very interested in that, to see where that could possibly take us. All right, everyone. Now, I want to know, what do you think about these 3 theories that could change how we see the Scream franchise? I want to know your thoughts, ideas, and theories. So start leaving your comments below right now so we can discuss them together. Well, that's going to be it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.